Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now, have you ever waken up before and thought to yourself, I got $300,000 to spend. What should I go blow this money on? Now, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say, if you're like me, chances are you do not have $300,000 lying around. So, this is not an option for you, right? But however, if you're like the greatest simp of all time, David from TLC, you would say to yourself, you know what? I'm just gonna dump that $300,000 into adventures in fucking Ukraine. Now, I'm not joking, and no hate towards the country of Ukraine, but spending $300,000 on an adventure to any country is a bit ridiculous if you ask me. I mean, even Deji would go ahead and tell you how much subs you could buy with that amount of money, which is a pretty big amount. But anyways, in today's episode, we're gonna be taking a look at the biggest simp of all time, where he basically goes on to defend his fiance from Ukraine, despite the fact that she's literally contacting other men online and, well, what can I say, guys? Basically cheating on him. And what we're gonna see throughout this episode, like this comment over here says, is Big Ed's gonna be playing the wise man role essentially. Because let's face it, Big Ed is the tyrant of TLC, the fucking undefeatable sumo titan. But anyways, before we hop into the actual video itself, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe. But without any further ado, let's see how this guy justifies spending $300,000 on taking adventures in Ukraine.
I don't understand how you could allow yourself to torture yourself for 7 years.
I didn't have a relationship with her for 7 years. I've known her for 7 years.
Slight correction, not only has he known her for 7 years, but he's actually been paying and essentially funding to talk to her as well, through an old website that looks like absolute dog shit, mind you. But let's not forget, she is not scamming him at all, guys, so let's show our respects and keep watching the video. She is, after all, at the end of the day, just a very nice and respectable lady that, let's face it, just wants to get to know David, better.
So David, is Lana still on those dating sites?
She's still on the websites, you know, talking to her friends, because she just moved recently to Kyiv and is living with her sister.
You know, David, I feel for you, but this was a job for her.
You know what, Big Ed is completely unequivocally right in this situation. This is ultimately a job for her if she's on multiple dating sites simultaneously. And let's face it, she's trying to make them racks, David. And judging by the title of this video, he definitely has some racks to spend on her, which unfortunately he did. So like Big Edward says, we could just, you know, all feel bad for him, because that $300,000 he's never gonna see again in his life. But anyways, let's hop right back into the video.
That's what people don't understand. She doesn't get paid.
You still today don't think she's scamming you?
Oh, I know she's not scamming me.
Listen to me, David, I don't understand. If she's engaged to you, that means she's not on any more websites.
No, that's not how it works, Ed. Ed, that is not how it works.
Yes, it is.
But then I could go online today. The problem is I could go online today and start talking to her. I don't want to, but I'd be horrified if that was the case.
You probably could.
This guy is both completely and absolutely delusional at this point. So here you have Big Ed on the network and this other guy who is, you know, let's be honest here, irrelevant. Well, at least compared to Big Ed. And when he's basically like, you know, I could literally go on one of these websites and talk to your wife right now. Out of everything David could have said, what does he go ahead and of course say? You know, you probably could talk to my fiance online. And the best part about the whole situation is he just says it, you know, shamelessly. So let's see if he happens to, you know, lash out at Big Ed again throughout the remainder of the video. And let's see what happens next.
Those are her only friends. The people that she's talked to for 8 years now, 9 years now on that website are her friends. When she's home alone and feeling a little depressed, that's her out. That's her escape from her life out there.
And like David said, guys, these are all her friends on these dating sites. And when she feels alone, you know, she might just, you know, hop on her webcam, get involved in some virtual activities. And yeah, but at the end of the day, they're just friends, so it's all completely fine, like David over here says, and there's absolutely nothing to worry about. So let's go ahead and see how the tyrant himself, Big Ed, reacts to the whole thing. Because I assure you, Big Ed is no simp, and he will definitely not take any nonsense from any lady, or you know, from anyone else for that matter. So let's see how he reacts.
David, clear something up for me. These men are actually paying her
Not
to
paying
be in
her.
a friendship with her, correct?
they're paying to be on the site by the minute to talk to her, yes.
But David, you look like such an intelligent person, and it's a business. This is a business. And I know you love her, and I can see it.
I pay to be on the websites to avoid being scammed, and I can easily afford it. So it's not a poor man's game. We admit this. It's not a poor man's game.
Yeah, but David, 7 years, buddy, 7 years. You're being scammed.
She is not.
How many times have you been to the Ukraine?
20 plus.
Wow, David, that's a lot.
It's an amazing adventure.
What?
And like Big Ed says here, David is absolutely being scammed. And well, shit, guys, what can you expect from the the wise guy himself, with his glasses on and the animal in his hands? And here you have the lady who basically goes on to control the whole conversation, and you could just see the utmost disappointment in her eyes. Let's face it, guys, she looks like one of those teachers who spends all her extra time in class teaching that one student, but at the end of the day, that student just, you know, fails miserably. So let's see if she has any personal advice for David. Because let's face it, David is that one student in this case who, well, failed miserably.
David, how much money have you spent going over to Ukraine, being on these sites? How much would you say the total cost has been?
Oh, I mean, to be honest, it's probably $250,000 to $300,000 or so.
Oh my God.
And yeah, that's gonna wrap up the video, and Big Ed is at a complete and utter loss of words here, because he's just appalled at the stupidity of David. Because let's face it, Big Ed is like on some next level genius shit. And feel free to let me know down below what you guys think about David's poor spending habits, because at the end of the day, let's face it, this comment over here is completely correct in saying what David's really playing is a stupid man's game. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe, because it honestly means so much to me and it helps the channel grow as well. And rumor has it that it also ensures that Big Ed will not destroy you on live TV. But anyways, I hope you guys all had an amazing day, and I can't wait to see you guys all in my next video.